You walk into the room. Your kid is there, body on the sofa, eyes on the screen. You say something. Nothing. You try again. Still nothing. So you lean over and ask, "What's so funny?" Phone flips face down. Nothing. You try to look. Your kid angled the screen away like it's classified government information. That's the digital wall. You didn't build it. You didn't even see it going up. But every single day, you walk straight into it. And it gets a little thicker each time. And the part that really gets to you, it's not the phone. It's that something sitting in their pocket seems to know them better than you do. This video is about what's actually going on behind that screen. Not the brain rot stuff you've already heard. The real reason your kid would rather disappear into an algorithm than talk to you. And what you can actually do about it tonight. But first, we need to talk about something uncomfortable. What built the wall? Almost everything most parents try first doesn't just fail. It actually makes the relationship with their kid worse. And once you see why, you can't unsee it. So let's go back to where most parents start. You've had enough. You take the phone, lock it in a drawer, and think, finally, problem solved. Maybe even do a little victory lap in your head. But then the house goes quiet in a way that doesn't feel like peace. Your kid doesn't come out for dinner. They lock their bedroom door. The tension is louder than the silence. You tried everything you could think of, but somehow your relationship with your kid got worse. So what actually happened? You used every trick you knew, and it still didn't stop them from wanting that phone back. Here's why. Here's the thing most parents don't realize. The phone isn't a distraction from your kid's real life. For them, it is their real life. It's the hallway where they catch up with friends between classes. It's where they find out who's dating who. It's the group chat that tells them they're not the only one who feels like they're falling apart. So when you take it away, you're not confiscating a device. You're cutting them off from everyone they know, all at once. Think about what that actually feels like. Everyone you care about is in a room, talking, laughing, making plans, and you've just been pulled out and put behind glass. You can see them moving on. You just can't get back in. That meltdown you see when the phone disappears, that's not drama. That's not manipulation. That's someone who just lost their entire social world in one move. And when you're the one who took it, in their mind, you're not the person protecting them anymore. You're the reason they're locked out. What they're watching and why you're not allowed to see. So what are they actually doing in there? Not mindless dances. For them, TikTok is an identity lab. Think about what it's like to be a kid still figuring out who they are. Curious about things they can't say at dinner, a side of themselves they're not ready to show anyone. Not yet. The algorithm finds all of it, without them having to ask, without them having to explain. That's what the For You page actually is. Not random videos. It's the first place that's ever said, "I see you," without judging what it sees. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. What if they're not hiding something bad? What if they're hiding something true? So why won't they show you? Think about the last time you reacted to something they liked. Because they already know how it's going to go. They've heard, "What a waste of time" before. And to them, that's not a comment about a video. It's a comment about them. So they keep it private. Not because they're hiding something bad. Because it's the one place where they don't have to defend who they are. So now the real question is, why can't they just stop? Dopamine gets them in. Belonging keeps them there. And before you say because they're lazy or because they have no self-control, it's actually more uncomfortable than that. Here's what nobody told you. The part of the brain that handles impulse control, the prefrontal cortex, isn't finished developing until their mid-20s. Which means right now, while they're sitting there scrolling, the brakes literally aren't built yet. Think of it like a Ferrari engine with bicycle brakes. The engine is dopamine, the reward system, the part that says, "This feels good." The brakes are logic, impulse control, the ability to say, I'll stop in 5 minutes, and mean it. The engine is at full speed. The brakes are barely there. So when you tell them to just put it down, you're asking them to do something their brain genuinely isn't built to do easily yet. And when you pile guilt on top of that, they don't put it down. They just feel worse about themselves while they keep scrolling. And on top of that, they're not even addicted to the videos. They're addicted to not knowing what comes next. The same psychological trick that keeps people at slot machines for hours. Your kid isn't fighting an app. They're fighting a century of behavioral science. What keeps them there is belonging. If they feel like the weird kid at school or the disappointing kid at home, the algorithm hands them a tribe. People who like exactly what they like, who talk exactly how they talk, who make them feel like they're not too much or not enough. They're not scrolling for content. They're scrolling for proof that someone out there gets them. And here's the part that stings. Right now, the app is winning that argument. Not because it's better than you, because it showed up first. But here's what it will never be able to do, no matter how good the algorithm gets. It cannot actually show up. That's yours. 3 things you can do tonight. So here's what you can do to start rebuilding that connection with your kid. Not to take the phone away, not to win an argument, just to make them want to let you in again. 3 things. Try them in order. Number 1, become a student, not a warden. Brace yourself. You will see a man yelling at a fish. You will not understand why it has 4 million likes. You will see someone eat a crayon and call it a review. That's fine. Stay in the room anyway. Tonight, sit down next to them and say, I keep seeing stuff about TikTok everywhere, and I genuinely don't get it. Can you show me a few videos? I'm not going to say anything. I just want to see what you're actually watching. That's the whole move. For a few minutes, let them be the one who knows something you don't. Watch the screen, but also watch their face. Notice what makes them lean forward. Notice what they skip. You're not there to evaluate the content. You're there because you showed up and asked. You're going to see things that make no sense to you, memes that seem pointless, humor you don't follow at all. That's fine. Just stay in the room. Don't make a face. Don't check your own phone. And if something seems confusing, don't say, this is a waste of time. Try, how did this even become a thing? Or, what is it about this one that you like? You're not pretending to love it. You're just asking. That's enough. Fair warning, the first time you try this, they might just shrug and say, it's nothing. That's fine. Don't push. Don't explain why you're asking. Just say, cool, and sit there anyway. You're not trying to have a breakthrough. You're trying to become someone who doesn't make them feel judged. That takes more than one night, but it starts tonight. That one's actually the easy part. The next one is going to make you uncomfortable because it's about something you've probably already tried and it backfired. Okay, number 2, and this one's going to sting a little. Stop taking things away without replacing them. Quick question. When you take the phone away, what are you actually offering instead? Not as a punishment, as a replacement. Most parents don't have an answer. That's the gap. You removed the screen, but you didn't replace it with anything. So what did you actually solve? Think about what their day actually looks like. Grades, social stuff, the constant feeling of being judged on everything. By the time they get home, their brain is exhausted. The scroll isn't laziness. It's the only moment in their day where nothing is expected of them. So the question isn't, how do I take this away? It's, what am I offering instead that feels even half as good? It's 6 p.m. They just got home. You don't say, how was your day? You already know how that ends. You just say, I'm making pasta. Come tell me if the water's boiling. That's it. No agenda, no big talk. Just 2 people in a kitchen waiting for water to boil. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes, that's when they start talking. Low bar, still counts. 15 minutes where nothing is being corrected or graded. Those small things, done consistently, are what start to make the real world feel safer than the digital one. That one's free, by the way. No app required. Okay, I saved the hardest one for last. Not because it's complicated, because it's about you. Number 3, put your own phone down first. Here's the one thing the algorithm has that you don't. It's always there. It never sighs. It never says, we'll talk about this later, and then forgets. It never looks up from its own phone while they're talking. Think about the last time they walked into the room. Were you looking at them or your phone? You can't out-algorithm the algorithm, but you can do something it can't. You can actually show up. And showing up doesn't mean a big conversation. It doesn't mean sitting them down and asking how they're really doing. It just means being in the room, present, not half there. Because here's what they're actually watching for. Not what you say, how you act when nothing is happening. No agenda, no big talk, just whether you're actually there. That's what tells them whether you're safe to talk to. Not your rules, not your intentions. Just whether you put the phone down when they walked in. Next time they walk into the room, just put your phone face down. Don't say anything. Don't make it a moment. Just put it down. That's it. That's the whole move. They notice. They always notice. They don't want TikTok. They want you. Here's the one thing I want you to remember from all of this. Your child isn't addicted to TikTok. They're addicted to feeling understood. And that used to be your job. The app got there before you did. That's all. You can show up now. The goal isn't a phone-free kid. It's a kid who feels understood by you, not just by an algorithm. If you want to keep understanding your kid, not just managing them, subscribe. Every video is one more thing they wish you already knew. Drop one thing in the comments. What are you going to try tonight? I read every single one. It won't happen overnight, but it starts with one conversation, one moment, one night. The app didn't steal your kid. It just showed up when you were busy. You can show up now. Start tonight.